Why do you always check your hand after you move your hair to see if I caught any strays? However, having said all that, that does not change the reality of people on the ground actually trying to create a movement, a real grassroots movement that revolves around mobilizing against police brutality. Why aren't you just generous with the other black white supremacist Candace Owens? She doesn't have as much power and as big as a voice as this idiot and saying the same crap she says and then some. Wait, what? Why am I not as generous with Candace Owens? You want me to be generous with Candace Owens? Candace Owens' entire fucking business is about promoting white supremacy. That's her job. Oh, this was really funny. I know what this is. She blocked me, but I know exactly what this tweet is because I saw it earlier. Hilarious, by the way. My fellow whites, do not initiate conversation with black people about Kanye West this week and do not share your opinion on this behavior. This has been a public service announcement for my people who suffer from the malady of believing everything is about them, white supremacy. She's so good. She's so fucking good. I love her. Goated. When Miskit brings Crazy Slick on stream to double dip on the comeback numbers, Jesus Christ. Lime, don't do that. You're not allowed to bring up Zenny Jardin without bringing up this, showing this pig. That, and also, what set you from? You guys remember the homie, what set you from tweet? I mean, that shit was fire. That was her. That's the person who tweeted that other thing, by the way. What? Tell me not to make the twit longer. You getting burned next? Scoop Kid 911? What? Oh, here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Why is chat judging her? Because she's fucking awesome. Homie, what set you from? Why did she block you? I don't know. I don't think I've ever interacted with her, but I do make fun of her a lot on stream. She just looks like she's a cyberpunk villain, dude. It's awesome. Why are black people dick riding white supremacists so much? It's literally purely to monetize their content. It's extremely damaging for black communities, though. What do you mean black people dick riding white supremacists? I don't think a lot of black people are dick riding white supremacists. I think Kanye is. Kanye West has the right to speak his mind. He's a free man, and he can say whatever he wants. I don't agree with it, but that doesn't mean I have the right to try and stop him from saying it. I think Kanye's statement was just an extreme form of what we've been hearing for years now. Black people are angry about being treated unfairly in America, and they need to do something about it. That is so charitable that, like, it just completely is the opposite of what Kanye West is saying. Black people have been victims of white supremacy so they can defend white supremacy. It's a wonderful take. It's so good. I know a black person who is racist to other black people. Yeah, of course, dude. Yes, it's white supremacy, man. If you live if you live under a white supremacist structure, you can have internalized white supremacy. There are plenty of people that are victims of that same exact thing. I don't know what you like. That's not the point. You're not making a good point there.
You get a semi-influential black person to become the face of a white company.
Yeah.
Right. So that means like in the design world, in the art world, they actually would pick artists that were less talented than other artists based on their influence, not based on their actual work, because everyone is vying for influence and an opinion. Everyone is afraid of losing their opinion. So with Nike, right? Nike is as famous as, you say Nike's more famous than PayPal, right?
Yeah.
Right. What number company do you think PayPal is?
I don't know.
Number 4.
Overall?
Overall, you got, well, you know what the number 1 is, right? It's Apple.
Yeah.
I'm forgetting number 2, but number 3 is McDonald's. Then SpaceX is maybe 6 or 7.
I don't think any of what he said is true. What is he talking about? Like, in what? What is the metric that he's referencing? Why would SpaceX be on that list? What the fuck?
It's really interesting that as lit as Elon is, his previous company is actually still worth more than SpaceX. So what number company do you think Nike is, the Nike? Number 321. It's not there to be as big a financial company as it can be. It's there as an influencer because black people love Nike. So Nike is like a company that is redlining and gerrymandering black people. So the reason why Gap wanted me to go to Gap, it wasn't based on, oh, we need to get our stocks up.
What? Nike is redlining black people? I want to understand what he's trying to say so desperately, bro. Because, like, it's so crazy. I wanted to make at least somewhat sense so I can understand what's going on inside of Kanye West's mind, okay? You'll go on saying if you try to understand it, it changes mid-sentence. Did you really say black people love Nike? That's like saying black people love fried chicken. Like, bro, hello? No, that's not the same as that. Okay, first of all, it's not the same at all. But also, I don't even understand what, like, I wish I could say anything about this so I could understand what he means when he says Nike is gerrymandering and redlining black people.
You know, it's like these companies, when they've been around for a long time.
Saying he's being hired to pander to the black community to keep them down. I don't fucking know. I don't want to waste brain power on this clown.
It's not like, they're like, we're in the rag trade. We're never going to be Apple. And everyone, all of these American companies somehow took this deal where they start putting in these really awkward, weird number kind of CEOs. Like Nike's got one. The Gap had one, it didn't work out. And there's all of these weird operators inside of companies, even in Balenciaga, you know. They're just there for control. Steve Jobs talked about it. It's the most important thing you can have is control. Look at me, all the money, all the influence, and I have to act at complete asked to have any say-so of anything that my children are doing, because that group of people have control and say-so over all the children inside of the clan. So that's what these companies are set up for. That's the type of CEOs they're hiring, especially when the founders are out of there. They kind of just give the companies up to a bunch of people, and they're all in cahoots. Like anyone that ever worked with me, they just look at, oh, who's Ye farming for talent that we can hire to be our new BLM office manager.
Oh, he's talking about pandering to the black community, and I think he's saying, like, there are people that pander to the black community, and they're like the BLM, office managers or whatever. And he's saying that he was utilized as a BLM office manager to pander to the black community by fashion brands. And any black person that is hired, any black designer that's hired by fashion brands is being used in a similar capacity, right? I think that's what he's saying. How would you decode that? I'm just trying to make sense of what he's saying, man. It's hard. Okay, give me a goddamn break. I might be off a little bit. Okay, this is what do you want? The fuck do you want from me? It's not like he's making clear-cut points, okay? He's speaking from both sides of his mouth on this issue, on every issue. Guys, this is a dude who said the Kardashians, the KKK Kardashians are white supremacists, and then a week later, he's making his daughter appear on a fucking fashion show where he's got Candace Owens on his side, wearing a T-shirt that says "White Lives Matter." What do we? Nothing he does, it makes sense.
Kind of like Obama.
What do you think of Obama as a BLM office manager?
Best one ever.
Yeah.
Best one ever. And I think Obama, just like Virgil, these people were truly black to their core and truly brilliant to their core. But they went into situations thinking that they could do it the white way as a black man. And we saw what color Obama's hair was when he went in, and we saw what color it was when he went out. Virgil lost all his hair, and eventually passed away. So when I have techniques.
Bro, that's nuts. That's so disrespectful. What the fuck? Okay. He said Virgil Abloh, okay, a person he grew up with that he was like pretty, apparently behind the scenes, like pretty jealous of, well, openly jealous of, but behind the scenes, like ripped into regularly, got cancer because he sold out to the white man. But and that's why Obama also, he's saying that's why Obama also, aged a lot. How can Kanye be jealous of anyone? Lol, dude is the artist of a generation. Yeah, I mean, hey, when you're a petty bitch, it be like that.
That are revolutionary. If I raise my voice, if I express myself on Instagram.
I think one of the wildest things here is that, like, he's saying all this on the Tucker Carlson broadcast. Like, if Virgil going and working with Louis Vuitton, okay, if Virgil working with Louis Vuitton is being done for Louis Vuitton, like LVMH, to fucking pander to the black community, then what the fuck are you doing? You're on Tucker Carlson. Like, we've already moved past We've already moved past all of that. Like, he's saying there's racism in the way that corporations pander to the black community, but you're literally pandering to white supremacists, which is inherently the most like it's the underlying like through line between almost every fucking black conservative rhetoric, which is, I'm not like everybody else. I'm so different. That's why I'm fucking writing for white supremacists, because I am not a monolith, which is exactly what this is. It's always the same argument. It's always the same argument, which is, I'm so not a monolith and I'm so contradictory. Like, I've made my own thoughts. I've made up my own mind. And that's precisely why I'm deciding to personally take matters into my own hand and choose to work with white supremacists instead. Be honest, dude, you're just mad he took the White Lives Matter shirt hype from you before you could drop a new merch line? No. I mean, I would never do that. That's insane.
It's a colonic. And people can say, oh, this what you're doing is toxic. If what I'm saying is toxic, I got to do everything to get it out of my body. And there'll be times where I see a level of like oppression, Parisian proper, like next level, France owns 80% of African banks level colonization, oppression. And I'll be like, I'm not going to let you guys kill me. But one thing that has to really happen, say if Trump ran, right? We're not just going to be black influence. We're going to be vision and creativity. We've got to rethink who we are as a species. Right now, we practice killing ourselves every day. Like, murder is legal in America.
What?
In abortion.
Yes.
So I'm glad Tucker clarified
whoever
that.
Gets the position needs to listen to the vision. I didn't know it was going to rhyme when I first started. They need to have Elon. They need to have me. You should start with those two, and then we'll get to the rest of them. We could pull in a Johnny Ives. We'll pull in all of our living, super brilliant people. And we need to analyze and not just sell out for the cash. Like these Fortune 500 companies, they're just selling out for the cash, and put God first.
Billionaires famously not selling out for the cash. I'm always thinking about how billionaires are quite literally the opposite of selling out for the cash. You know what I mean?
And the best representation of God is the children. The children is the extension of the family. Put the families first. There's so many things. Suburbs. The train tracks being ripped up by GM just for capitalism. All these ideas that we have. We're now living in a place where we're the orphans of capitalism. And we just have to take a pause and rethink how we can have the most beautiful existence possible for our children, for the kids. And we're all kids. Yeah. We're all God's kids. We're all sons of Abraham.
Subscribe to the Fox News YouTube.
Dude, this is what happens when you simply have no leftist like education or representation in your education. No leftist education, no leftist representation in your education. No matter how much right-wing reactionaries claim that like our schools are teaching communism or whatever. When you just go and say something true, like GM ripping fucking railroads and substituting it for fucking cars, and then but that's dovetailing off of you stating that that's dovetailing off of you stating that fucking what do you call it? Elon Musk and myself are brilliant and we're going to save society.
It drove me crazy to not be able to say that I like Trump.